And we are on our way once again to Bohemian Grove. And we'll see what happens. What we expect to find, what I expect to find is gates closed, nobody there, shut down. That's what we expect to find at Bohemian Grove. We'll see once we get there. It's still a long ways away. It's a nice drive, Northern California. Looks like we're gonna get some good weather today as well. That's always a plus. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. Hey there, Josie. Thanks for checking in. We are gonna go and we're headed to Monte Rio, California. Bohemian Grove is not supposed to happen this year, so we're gonna go see. We're gonna go and just check it out and make sure that nothing is going on. That's all. Monte Rio, small little town, but there's a lot happening. It's a very poor town as well. And this last week I've spent a lot of time going, yeah, it is a long drive. I spent a lot of time going to, or just reading up on the Bohemian Grove, the Bohemian Club, some of the early days, 1892, I think, through 1900. I think that's where I'm at now. I think I'm at 1902. So it's interesting to see what the Grove was like before the quote-unquote real Grove play, the first Grove play. Before the first Grove play is called Man in the Forest, but there were actually two plays, technically, that were Grove plays before that. But for whatever reason, the Grove play in 1902, the Man in the Forest, is considered the first Grove play. It's pretty interesting. The Daibatsu, there was a big Buddha statue at the Bohemian Grove, not at the location in Monte Rio, but before they moved to Monte Rio in Muir Woods. I believe that's where the big Buddha statue was, like I think it was like a 60 foot Buddha statue. That's a big one. That was finally taken down in 1923, made from plaster of Paris. It's an interesting tale there that I still don't know that much about, but it's mentioned just once in the Annals of the Bohemian Club, Volume 4. I think around page 164. So I'm about halfway through that. I know Brendan has all of them. He's got all of the Annals from the Bohemian Club. So long drive, yep. Said it was removed. Yeah, it was removed. They said they couldn't maintain it anymore, so it was taken down. But by that time, the cremation of care was already in full swing. So the cremation of care was, I guess it was not really considered a play, because it's been around for a long time. And the play itself, the cremation of care play, whatever you want to call it, has really, from what they say, it really has not changed. It's pretty much stayed the same. But the more I read about the Bohemian Club, the more I'm just like, what are these guys? Who are these guys? What are they doing out here? It's such a weird scenario. I don't know if it's just rich people being bored. Maybe they really enjoyed the arts. It sounds like a lot of it, especially the early days, was really focused on art. It's focused on plays, focused on drama, paintings, things like that. Very artistic stuff. So that, I think it's still there today. We can still see some of that. Maybe not as much as we did in the past, but so I just figured I'd check in here for a couple minutes. Don't want to stay on too long because I need to preserve my battery. I am not wearing a suit this time. There will be no suit because we're not formal. And like I said, we're expecting to get to Bohemian Grove, gates closed, nobody there, no police, no barricades, no long drives, no blocking street corners. We'll see what happens. Hopefully the best case scenario is this 2-hour drive to Bohemian Grove and 2-hour drive back to Bohemian Grove is the bulk of what I do today. If everything goes right, that is the plan. We will see. Traffic is pretty light here in Oakland, California. And that's always nice. That's a rare occasion, especially even on a weekend too. But usually it takes me about 2.5 to 3 hours to get to Bohemian Grove. Thanks, Josie. Yeah, we'll see. I'm very curious just to see what the vibe is like, what is going on. I think only 1 year in the past they've ever canceled the Bohemian Grove. And I think that was during the plague. I think somebody said 1918, somewhere like that. It was the only other time that the Grove has been canceled. So I'll be curious to see if it's canceled. I'm not going to snitch on the Grove if they are not social distancing or having a big party. It's not my place. The Sonoma County Sheriff's Office they know what's going on. So they're always there. This was supposed to be the first year that the Sonoma County Sheriff's Office did not protect the Grove. So we'll see if that's true too. Hey there, Ellie. How are you? Thanks for checking in. Yes, today is supposed to be the kickoff day. Tonight is supposed to be the big cremation of care. So we'll see. We'll see if there's anybody there. If it really is truly shut down like they told us that it was. So Bohemian Grove is supposed to be canceled, but why would we let that stop us from making sure, from checking it out? So like I said, hopefully best case scenario, we get out there, nobody's there, drive back home.
Stay to the right to I-580 West, I-80 East, Berkeley, Sacramento.
At least I'm telling you, there is no way it's canceled. Yeah, we'll see. We're gonna go find out, all of us, together. We're in this together. Let's go see what they're doing at Bohemian Grove. Ellie, I don't know if you got the book yet. Hopefully I told you I did send that out, so let me know when you receive that. It should be soon, should be coming soon, sometime this week, I believe. It might have come already, I'm not sure, but you should receive that very shortly. Thanks again for all of your help and for keeping truth alive in this deadly and dark time that we are facing here. I walked
Stay
into
to the
the
right to
post
I-580
office,
West,
and it's just
I-80
like,
East, Berkeley,
man, it's
Sacramento.
just so wrong. Everything, it all just felt really, really wrong. Everybody masked up. Nobody wanted to get too close to each other.
Continue straight for 4 minutes to exit 13B, I-580 West,
still,
Point Richmond, San Rafael.
Funny to me. Just doesn't make sense, but whatever. That's a whole nother issue. So we'll see if COVID will stop Bohemian Grove or not. But like I said, regardless, I will not be the snitch. I will not be calling the police or the mask patrol to tattle on the Bohemian Grove. Sorry. Not gonna happen. Nice try though. So anyways, I hope everybody's doing good, having a good Saturday. In California, we just got some beautiful weather today. So the Grove knows how to pick the right day. They pick the right day if they're still active. But yeah, I've never seen the gates closed. Maybe once. I think I went there on an off-season time, but that was it. Usually, we get there, the gates are open, people are walking back and forth, the employees, coming in, being bussed out. Those big black taxi cab looking things going in and going out. We'll see. See what happens here. So, God bless you all. Keep us in your prayers, and I will check back in here later. I'm gonna let my battery kind of recharge a little bit. I'm not a morning person. I don't like being up this early, but it's once a year. All right, good people. Thank you all again. We will be back.
Up in Mendo, if you're allowed to by your doctor, you can go without masks, but you have to carry proof.
Like a permit?
Like a doctor's note.
Okay. I'm gonna have to look into that one.
They're starting to find people.
I've seen more people in masks in Monte Rio than I've seen on the whole drive out here. Which is kind of weird. Figure, small town, less chance. But all the houses are kind of spread out. It's not like San Francisco where everything's all, somebody sneezes and you can feel it next door. No cops, I'm assuming.
None.
Too bad our little spot won't be open for a while. Golf course is open. Go hang out there if nothing else. Sounds weird. I didn't have any coffee for breakfast today.
I'm very undercaffeinated.
We could change that. Here we are driving to Bohemian Grove 2020. I would have never thought this would be Bohemian Grove 2020. No signs on the side. We could park anywhere. I was expecting the gate to be closed, though. I gotta be honest about that.
Big empty parking lot.
Yeah, there's nobody in that parking lot. That is so odd. Yeah, it even looks different though. There's nobody at the gate, nobody guarding the gate. We could probably go walk right in. Some literally nothing going on. Day. Must be doing some construction or something. Because that, where the dumpster is, that property is owned by the guy who lives in that house over there, I think. This is usually where the smokers come out, the workers. But maybe they leave the gates open all year round?
Yeah, they got caretakers. They're always going in and out. And even if the camp's closed, the members can reserve time there.
For like weddings and funerals and spirit cooking.
Yep. People in cages.
People in cages. Yeah, that parking lot is pretty interesting. To get some good shots of that. That's one way to shut Bohemian Grove down. Corona strikes again.
Maybe they're all on vacation with their new COVID bailout thing.
And there are literally no cars, nothing in there. This parking lot is always full. I used to think it was just employees that park down here too, but I'm not so sure. But there's a second level up there too of parking. Apparently, there's the Hangman's Noose. It's pretty weird. Lookout Tower. Lookout Central. They've added a couple rocks here. It's a new addition. Be careful.
Those are beautiful rocks they've added.
Just for us.
Those are for looters.
Are you sure it's not like some type of spell or something being cast? But there's the parking lot. There's the empty parking lot there. And there is the entrance to Bohemian Grove. So couldn't get the live stream going, but like Brendan said, this is a ghost town. There's just nothing going on here. Absolutely nothing. Bohemian Grove shut down. Probably blocking my signal. It's our hangman's noose. It's pretty weird. Tempted to go. Well, what do you think?
2020.
Are you surprised?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Expected to see something? Somebody? I expected something. No guards, no workers. Is it officially canceled, or are they just...
Yep.
Maybe they have a portal and they just portal themselves in. But yeah. There's a sight you won't see every day, every year. Bohemian Ghost Grove. We'll probably go check out the golf course down the road. See if there's anything going on out there. That kind of looked kind of dead too. The golf course always had people on it, and it's like two people I saw there.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Where's your mask? Hi. Hey there. It's an employee, right? You have the green hat and the green
They
logo.
have a
They have groundskeepers.
groundskeepers, maintenance, security.
That might be the highlight.
Elon Musk. Tesla.
That guy was a little old to be Elon Musk. You never know.
Sounded like
I'm not seeing anybody coming here. Maybe one person. Construction. 2 constructions. That's all we've seen is three cars. One going out, 2 coming in. This looks like they're doing some construction work or something in there. Sonoma County held to
Haven't seen much here so far today. 4 people, 3 cars, 3 nice cars. What, a Porsche? One was a Porsche, one was a Tesla. I forget what the third, and a Benz. Wow, Mercedes. But that's it. Only 3 cars. We don't know if a tire popped or if they tried to throw a firecracker at us or something. Something happened. But the highlight of the day would be this, I guess. The empty parking lot. Back there in the trees is where the second level is. Hard to see it from this angle. Some stairs too. Shut down. Bohemian Grove 2020. just like any other day in 2020. There's our guy. That's one of the workers. That might be the guy that you gave the sign to. It might be, yeah. It looked just like his car. He's, I guess, the groundskeeper. He's the guy. He was Tony's boss. The guy that was rolling with Tony. That could have been him. Well, he's late.
They have a new head of security, Jerry.
Jerry?
Jerry.
Yeah, well, Jerry, last year was Jerry's first year, right?
Yeah.
No Jerry either. I see a lot more cars coming through here. Still only 4. A guy and his wife. Couples. It's pretty interesting. They're letting women in this year. Something must be on the schedule right now. You should see an influx of cars at some point. And you can do a lot of social distancing in there.
Yeah.
2,700 acres.
A lot of trails.
A lot of trails. So,
A lot of nooks and crannies.
whoa. Big hawk. It's a drone. That's our guy. Must be something going on. Another couple. A guy and a girl. Giant. There must be something going on in there. But it's couples. Is it couples day at the Bohemian Grove? Is that what we're seeing here?
Was that new one?
Yeah, I've
One
seen.
that too?
Yeah, at least 3 cars, I think. And a husband, or at least a guy and a girl. I don't know if they're husband and wife or whatever, but maybe their policy changed.
It wasn't.
Maybe they didn't identify as a female. That's pretty interesting. Looks like we are live at Bohemian Grove. Say hi, Brendan.
Hey.
We saw what so far going inside of Bohemian Grove. 3 cars zoomed in and then zoomed right back out. That was pretty interesting. So I can flip this around. So you see nothing there, nobody there, completely empty right now. But there's something going on inside because we saw 5 cars go in there. At least 3 of those. I don't know if this last car was the last car a guy and a girl too?
Just a guy.
Just a guy. So at least 3 of those cars did have a guy and a girl go into the grove. We saw the groundskeeper, I think the head groundskeeper came through, and then another Bohemian Grove employee. Looked like he had the groundskeeper gear on, so he was there. But other than that, it's really, really quiet. Take a look at the parking lot over here too, and this parking lot is usually filled up by now, and there's nothing. There's nobody there, nothing going on. So I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe they're just having a private party, but there are no cars, no guards. Guards are always out here. So we're not seeing that. Maybe they're deeper in. Maybe the guards are just deeper in. I'm not sure. But there was a caravan of 3 different cars that just pulled in and pulled right back out. I thought they were maybe workers trying to hide or something, but maybe they were just tourists or people get lost. I wonder how many people actually just come through here just to see what's going on, you know? Oh, we're here in Monte Rio. Let's stop by Bohemian Grove. I don't know. Of all the places to vacation, this probably isn't one of the places you want to go to, but yeah, it's actually a little cold. This would have been a perfect day for a suit, I think. If I was going to wear my suit any day, today would have been that day, but didn't work out like that. So the gates are open. It looks like the gates have probably been open for years because you can tell by the trees they're not moving or anything, but trees are covering the gate on this side. There is that famous little glove that's been there for what, 3 years now? And that glove is hardcore.
Easily.
Easily. There's like nails or something in the road right there. Is that what those are? Like boulders. Maybe that's where the old gate was. Actually, you can see the little bolts, yeah, all the way along there. Maybe 2 gates. They've got some maintenance work to be done. Got the nice fence here and some wires in between the fence. Brendan thought they were trying to electrocute us or something. You never know.
That's a noisemaker thrown at us, possibly.
That could be. Comes another car, looks like a Jeep. Let's see if this one has any people in it. It's a nice Jeep. See, we should have done that. People drive in, just drive through, drive out, like there's no one on here. I wonder how many people do that too. Just let's just go see what's going on. It's a nice dog too.
All smiles.
I think it's ladies' night at the Bohemian Grove. That's what I think.
Picked a good time to bring in families. All the cohorts are not here.
All the creepos were staying home.
Tour them around their little camps.
Probably at each camp. How many camps? 100 camps?
Over.
I see. Everybody could have their own camp. Maybe maybe they're renting it out or something. But
That's the second dog we saw. Maybe they're having a dog show.
it could be it too. As long as they're not eating him. Be all right. That's a beautiful truck. I want a truck like that. My next car is going to definitely be big truck. Then my 5'4" self out of the truck. I would try that, but that wouldn't be very honest. But we are definitely live here outside Bohemian Grove. Another dog in that car too. Okay, in here with 2 people and left with 3. They picked up a young Asian person, it looked like, and a dog, possibly. What's going on? I'm getting suspicious. Getting very suspicious. We're just hanging out here. Some maintenance work going on behind us. Some clean up.
You know?
I don't think so. Brought the signal to us. So we're just hanging. See if we inside.
Put my mask on. It's just somewhere.
Generally, this would be any of that today.
Members
Yeah.
making fun of us,
Meth giving us evil looks.
spitting at us.
Yeah. What else today so
Wait
far?
until your camera's off for them to screw with you.
Making sure we know all the rules and regulations, but not seeing any of that today. Before noon,
What are you doing here?
showing us their badges and their membership badges. But yeah, it's cold. So we're here. I don't know. If you had to judge it right now, would you say that they're open or they're closed?
The circus isn't in town, but some freaks are coming in and out.
Hey there, Ruby. Yes, we are live right now, standing in, and the parking lot that is usually full over here is completely empty. I tried to go live a few minutes ago. It didn't work, but I've seen a few cars roll through. This is the day would be the day for the cremation of care. Yes, this would be the big kickoff day. Generally, what the second got canceled off, and so we don't see the regular workers, the chefs. That's about it. We're seeing couples go in, which I think is interesting. Yeah, so they'll be here all through this week, all through next week, and then yeah, we're not seeing any of that. It is just, I don't know, either the guards are further deep in, maybe trying to hide, or maybe there really is nothing going on. But we have verified there are people inside of there, at least 3. So take that for what it's worth. That's stream gets you a little more ghostier, if that's a word, than normal. But cafe wasn't open. It looks like it's closed down. Doesn't look like it's even there anymore. So the beach area was open. Thankfully, the park was open, so the bathroom was open. The Bohemian Grove 2020. All the protesters are probably happy. All the people who've been out here, for years, for decades, protesting Grove, they got their wish today. So whether they're doing it, it's shut down. I mean, unless they're doing it in secret, and, at a very social distancing level. This is it.
First time since the owl shrine's been built, they haven't had a cremation of care.
Yeah. That's it. That's history. What was Ruby was asking, is there a road that goes around it? There is a side road somewhere.
Side road.
Yeah, there's a side road somewhere, and of course they can always fly in or parachute down if they want. Teleport. But this is supposed to be the only way in here, and that's, hey, Virginia, thank you for that. God bless you too. Second gate is kind of, if we're looking at the road right now, second gate is over to the left, so it would be stage right. I don't know. Don't ask theater. These guys know about theater. I'll ask one of them. But if we can get one of the guards or one of the employees to stop, maybe we can ask what's going on. Probably should have when we first saw him. I should have asked the guy, but I was trying to get this live stream up and running. I'm surprised that it's even working. So, but this is supposed to be the one way in and the one way out for the most part. So it was interesting. We saw a car go in with 2 people and it leaves with 3 and a dog. So, but there's definitely people in there.
The third was a young child.
Third was a young child. That's right. Everything. Usually we would hear bottles being dropped into large dumpsters by now. Not hearing things like that are circling. So I guess that's another indication that there's not too much partying going on. Not too much going on inside there. I don't know. We'll keep watch. There's a look at the road. Bohemian Avenue and Railroad Avenue, where the two meet. So I think if you go up Railroad, there's supposed to be another road up here, or some little gate, some side gate that you a lot of traffic or a lot of people or anything like that coming inside here. At least dog to Monte Rio Day is what it looks like. I need you to try to work out what you're saying. Sounds like you're speaking to me in code. And I have not had my coffee yet. What do you think you would need to accommodate it? I don't know. I want to get inside. I want somebody to let us inside at some point. But that might not happen. This is one of the first cars that came in. This is a construction worker of some sort. So they brought some stuff in on the top. That's another indication of what's going on. Something's going on, you know. They're doing something. There's another guy. Can't tell if that's a guy or a girl with their dog. What? You gotta breathe. Breathing Corona. It's cold.
Yeah.
It is really cold. Physically. It's an interesting day. Look it out. I'll put on my thinking cap here.
What was the question?
I think she wants to say something, but is trying to purposely to not give things away. I think it's related to the side road. We need a drone.
We had him
Yeah.
for a minute.
We had a map, and then she tore it up. Let us
Like,
keep
wait
the
a
map.
minute.
I wonder what's on that back question. I don't know if that's where Alex Jones was let in, or if that's something else. But looking at the video, it looks like this is where the parking lot is. Flowing hair.
Tasty.
Very pasty.
I saw Cooper.
Anderson
Years
Cooper.
ago, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With a baseball hat on. Some sunglasses.
Yeah, I wonder what's on that back road too. Street and turn.
Heavily res. And there's a little trail that goes up, I believe.
It's like, yeah, it's. Yeah. Yeah, they have their mess. Gets pretty stuffy in the car without. Virginia's saying, write down the license plate numbers and see if you can get DMV information on the people going in. Is that legal?
There was a Nazi hunter a few years ago that was writing down every plate.
Is that right?
For that purpose. Yes.
Did he ever find anything?
Never heard another word.
He never returned? Might be another car coming out. Sounds like a truck. Something going on. hear something in there. Little Georgia Guidestone looking rock monument thing here. Inside of this parking lot somewhere. That's the worker. It's a complete ghost town. Probably nothing to do, nothing to clean up. Visual, it's passable. Hope it's not too bad, but best we can prize it's even working. Wish there was more to. It's usually where we stand over here, but doing some work. Comes another car. What that box is in the road for, but looks like another Mercedes, possibly. Guy didn't look too happy. Didn't have a mask on. Maybe he's gonna guard the grove. First car that stopped here. So again, thank you everybody here for joining us. We're just here. Blackberry? I think I'll pass. I don't know where those have been. It's a nice offer though. Any cars that are high end? Yeah, I think the 3 or 4 cars that we did see come in were all high end cars. There was a Tesla, and then there was a Benz, a Porsche. Yeah. The loud noises. There's a big dumpster right behind us, right behind where Brent. Okay, same connection. So sorry about that. If the connection is really bad. At least the sun's starting to come out now, though. Yeah, sure, Kitty, no problem. Thanks for joining in. I wasn't expecting too much. It's more than I was expecting, for sure, but... That's a pretty high-end car that's been sitting there. That guy seemed really angry about something, so... We'll see, I don't know. Not much they can do about us, really. Yeah, they're breaking down trees, I think. I think they're clearing out some trees in the background. Hey, on the 15th. That's possible. We have three weeks to be here, so... Be good to come back a few times and just make sure they're not doing they shouldn't be doing. Not that I would ever tell anybody. Curious though. Yeah, good point, Ruby. If nothing was going on, you wouldn't see high-end cars. It's true. I just was not expecting to see women in cars going past this road here. That just seems different. I don't remember that any other year. It's not like this, at least. Southern Cal. Yeah, Southern Cal. Southern Cal is pretty crazy right now. It's crazy everywhere in California, I guess. Doesn't matter. Let's try to stay with cities as much as possible. So I wouldn't think they're too worried, aside from my shaky hand, but make sure it's not too bad. Women allowed. Yeah, that's what they say, but they went in. At least 4 of them. 3 or 4. And usually with the women, some of the women you would see, they'd be a lot younger than the guy that they were with. But in this case, a few times, both of the man and the woman look like they're probably in their 60s, maybe 70s. Something going on in there. There's no doubt. I mean, I think we've shown that. We've proven that they're doing something here. Doesn't mean that they're gonna do everything, but it's a good chance nation of care or a version of that will happen. I don't know. Guess we'll see. Cars are usually pretty nice, pretty chill. Can see a car in the back, maybe. It's impossible to see from this, guys, with this camera, but beyond those trees there is a second level for cars. It's, yeah. I mean, this is 2,700 acres here. Don't think social distancing would be a problem, even if they had a couple hundred people. Looks like they are obeying law, or the ordinance, whatever you want to call it. Going for broke. We're about 35 minutes into. At some point, we're gonna have to go get something to eat, possibly some coffee to wake up. Like 20 times. There. That's more like Bohemian Grove. That's more like what they do every year. Just come out, circle around, and then leave. Now it feels like I was hoping to catch him, just ask. Low battery. Okay, we'll keep going. I'm sure as soon as you show up, all of your great questions and prayers and so your interest in this very unusual the Bohemian Grove. It gets very interesting every year. Always something weird going on, but approaching. That's a nice one too. Yet another couple. No, it's okay. The truck didn't have a couple, but the nice car before it. Mode this year.
They're allowed to have.
Alright, gonna take one last trip through Bohemian Grove 2020. Is that where all the prostitutes go?
Yep, that's the place. And those little bungalows in the corner. Huh. Good prices on those places.
Good to know. Maybe next year I'll take that under consideration.
Not the easiest to get during July, but then earlier in the year they were all open this July. Consequence.
No cars on the road though. Monte Rio. Oh, they're not prostitutes. They're way too young. Who knows? Yeah. Forgot where I was.
Remember that male prosy we saw?
Yeah.
That was something.
Yeah. The dude in the little flip-flops.
Yeah. Those short shorts.
Short.
And like didn't want to film him. I thought, oh, okay, I'll be respectful. And then a car full of boy toys pull up. That convertible, remember that? That was like out of a movie.
I do remember.
You saved me. Hops in. He was so nervous we were gonna film him.
I wonder why.
He looked young.
Yeah. It was a weird year at Bohemian Grove. Any final words here? I have this recording. Do you have any final words on Bohemian Grove or your experience this year?
This year has been unusual. See if this is the new normal.
New Grove.
It got canceled. Everybody's protesting like crazy this year. Yeah, we're the only ones there to celebrate that it's canceled. Should we celebrate that it's canceled? Should we should we be hiding under a rock right now? Is it canceled? Is everybody just having picnics in there today? Because we've seen them going in and out.
They're doing some in there. Just hanging out. It's Monte Rio. Vacation Wonderland, really. I would not have labeled it as such.
They have shave ice.
Right. There's something in it. Oh, over there. Wow, look at that ice cream truck. That is like the most pedophilic truck. You see that truck on the road, stay away. But the beach is full here in Monte Rio.
Here's the bridge they found the bomb under a few years ago and never mentioned in the media.
That's right, that never gets talked about. What year? 2017? 2018?
Yeah.
I wonder if that was the same year that they thought that Antifa was coming
Yeah,
out.
it was the year they blamed us for being Antifa.
Oh.
We're so Antifa-like.
Generally, I would say I've been called worse, but in that case, not too much worse. No. So, just gonna take one last drive through Monte Rio, through the Bohemian Highway. Bohemian Avenue. We're on Bohemian Highway. We're now turning on to Bohemian Avenue. I wonder if that is where that one video took place of those guys that like go up into the mountain going through Bohemian Grove. They turn off of one of these streets and it's so narrow that it's just like, I don't know how their truck can even stay up there. I think it was going to fall. But
I will never roll my truck for the Bohemian Grove.
I don't blame you. This is one of these roads that they went off of and I was like, you guys are crazy. And nowhere to turn around or to do anything. Come a long way from having all of this blocked off, cars backed up here. There's a couple. These must be locals that live out here. Nice people. Very friendly people this year. They're probably all happy that the Grove isn't happening too.
Yeah.
Parking lot's still empty. Garbage dumpster guys are going.
Turn around on the gravel.
Turn around. I've never gone inside there. Everybody else does.
One time.
Get a run time. Come on. We're just turning around here. There's no good place to turn around. Private road, no through trafficking, blah, blah, blah.
And there's the gate.
There's the gate, and definitely no one here. But we see people parking right here all the time. Let's see, they got cameras. I got my license plate, that's fine. I got theirs too. Bye bye, Bohemian Grove. It's a wasteland.
Until we
It
meet
was
again.
supposed to be
Until
the cremation of care at the Bohemian Grove. It's actually tonight. So there's still a possibility that might happen. But the Bohemian Grove that we saw today looked nothing like the past years from 2012 on. 2012 was the first year that I was standing outside of the Grove. Nothing compared to what we saw this time. Maybe about 5-6 cars total within a couple hours. That was kind of odd. The people in the cars, it was couples in a couple cases, a couple children, I think too. Dogs, a lot of people had dogs out going into the Grove. Out of all the people we saw go into the Grove, I believe we only saw maybe 1 or 2 cars go out. but literally just a handful of cars went into the Grove, and only 2 employees that we saw. The one guy in the red truck just going back and forth, kind of. He was going in, he was going out. There was another car, truck, whatever, that kind of stopped, came out of the Grove, did a U-turn right at that intersection for Railroad and Bohemian Avenue, and just went right back into the Grove. So just went outside of Bohemian Grove, did a U-turn, went right back in. That was kind of weird. But aside from that, I mean, that was the only thing that really looked like every other year that we've seen. They always do that. So that was odd. Couldn't get the live stream to work for a long time, so I don't know how well it actually worked out there. But I mean, we did see people going in there. Bohemian Grove is not closed. It is open. People are in there. Couples are in there. Men and women are in there. What they're doing in there, I don't know. I mean, you have 100 camps, so in theory you could have 100 different little groups. I don't know if that would be considered a violation of the social distancing. There's only one car, it was like a white Benz, maybe an SUV, and it was the only one that, as soon as they saw us while they were trying to enter Bohemian Grove, they were driving, and it's 2 white males, 2 older white males. As soon as they saw us, Brendan and myself, they were driving, they put on both of their masks and went right into Bohemian Grove. So they look pretty scared, pretty freaked out to me. You know, sometimes you get a car that will kind of stop, or not stop, but kind of slow down, and then will just kind of drive slowly past us or do something. But this white car was the only car that really kind of seemed to be freaked out, put on their masks, and probably felt a lot safer. So that's all that I know here so far. But it was cold out there. First it was really, really cold, then it got really, really hot. And my phone battery died after a little while, but it's okay. I couldn't stay all day like many other times, but there were no workers, no employees being bussed in or bussed out. Didn't see any other taxis or anything like that. Didn't look like anybody was being taxied in. But nearby at the golf course, it was still pretty active. Not as active as it normally is either, but it's pretty active. And that's where some of the outside Bohemian Grove parties are supposed to happen too. So. Overall, I was just a little surprised that to get over here. I was a little surprised that the gates were open. It looked like the gates have been open for probably years. It didn't look like they had any plan on closing those gates. But and then it was shocking to see men and women going into Bohemian Grove. Something I had not seen before. If there's ever a woman who is in a car or going into the Grove, sometimes by themselves, but I think they would make them stop. They'd have to speak to whoever the guard was at the front gate, right before the front gate, and then they would generally have them turn back and park on that little side dirt road that is inside of the Bohemian Grove property. But here we saw just 4 or 5 couples going right in. There was a caravan of 3 young groups, and they all went in and did a U-turn out of Bohemian Grove, waved, and that was about it. Lots of people waving, lots of nice people. I bet they're all happy too that the Bohemian Grove isn't in town, clogging up the streets, clogging up everything. So, lots of beachgoers out there in the Monte Rio area, Guerneville, right off of the Russian River. You know, there's usually a lot of people out, lots of people out today. So as I'm driving back towards San Francisco, all of the traffic was going towards Monte Rio. So they're all hitting up these little lakes out there, and I can't blame them. It's a beautiful day for that. But just wanted to go and check it out. I was just curious to see what they would do, if they would do anything. I think if I hadn't gone out there, I probably would think that the gates were closed, business was shut down, and nobody was going in. But that's not the case. Bohemian Grove is open, and people are going in, and people are going out. That's what we know for sure. Let's see, the evil don't want us to see them. Yeah, I think you're right. And hey, Virginia, I think you're right on that. They don't want us to see what's going on. It's when they're quiet about these things. That's when we tend to focus more on it, because now they're not saying anything. They're just being very quiet about it. So, well, thank you for just, you know, for your prayers, first of all. That is the main thing, and for the encouragement, for the support. You know, I'm in the area. I'm able to go out there and check it out. So I really wanted to. I knew I didn't have much time, and hopefully we'll be able to get back out there in these next weeks. But this will be going on for 3 weeks. So the gates will probably be open. We'll probably see minimal cars going in, being very secretive, which from what I hear is what some of the other years were kind of like. But to see the parking lot, the Bohemian Grove level 1 of the Bohemian Grove parking lot, just dirt, just nothing there. I had seen that once, I think, in the off season, but never like this. Never like this. It's pretty odd. Other than that, it was pretty uneventful as far as all of what we usually see. We usually have the Bohemian Grove guards coming out there. They talk to us, they let us know, blah, blah, blah. You can't be in the road. Don't harass our members. La-di-da. La-di-freaking-da. All of that. None of that. The only time we had the one guy who kind of rolled out and rolled back in. We had the guy who I believe is the head groundskeeper. He drove in, because I know this car, this is one of the cars that was kind of it's given us some trouble in the past of just being a weirdo. But so that car came out, or went into the Grove, and didn't see that one again. But not too much traffic going in. There was one car that actually came in, 2 older people, and then left with a younger, maybe 12 to 14 year old Asian girl and a dog. So there was something going on in there, and there were so many dogs going in. We were thinking maybe there's some dog show or something going on inside of the Grove. And there were a few cars that also had dogs that went up the side road. So I don't know what that was about. But it was like family day at Bohemian Grove today. So I don't know. Maybe they're changing. You know, maybe their rules are changing. They're changing things. I have no idea. But no cops. I did not see one cop in the whole city. It's a small city. It's a very small city, but usually you see 1 or 2 somewhere. I didn't see any of them. No streets blocked off, nothing like that. where we normally stand, there was a big dumpster, and so the guy who owns the property next to the grove was doing some type of tree work, or they were throwing stuff into the dumpster. So when you see the live footage, you'll hear that. You'll hear these bangs and booms and all that, and that's just the guys in the background working. Where we normally would have been, but not this time. So, but I think that is about all I would have to report on this. We'll do a little podcast version of this and put all of the different clips that we have together. But the main point was just to get out there and to see if Bohemian Grove was open or if it was closed, and it was open for business. This we know, and like I said in one of the early videos, no, I'm not going to snitch on the video, but we'll put the video out. Alright, God bless you all. Hope you have a great day. Keep truth alive, and remember, Jesus Christ loves you.